Hey, today I've got two lists for you to review. And the first one is from Dale, who's going to the South African Nationals. Um, the list includes two mule teams, although it's not actually in the list. So while I'm showing you the list, please remember that it's not actually there. We can't see it. So right, let's go and see what he's doing. South African Nationals. South African Nationals apparently is 1250 this year, which is kind of cool. It does allow you to do a lot more stuff. And you can see here the lack of the final few points. That's for the veteran mule teams. 19 order dice. Very, very good at 1250. You could go a little lower, I think, and not suffer any ill consequences of it. But it's a free French reinforced platoon, so I'm guessing we'll see a lot of African infantry and maybe like some very cheap order dice somewhere along the line, some skirmishing as well. But we'll go and see. Regular lieutenant could do with an extra man, but doesn't necessarily need it. North African infantrymen. Look at that. Look at that. I'm not sure about the light machine gun unless the pack for the nationals includes some sort of bonus for light machine guns on infantry. I don't think it's worth it. So you could maybe save a few points here. But you know, regular mountaineers, they can climb up into some sort of like impossible terrain and just sit there for the rest of the game shooting down, which could be kind of cool. Two of those good skirmish units. 7-man units, very, very good. A medic, not needed, but it's a cheap order dice. And then Senegalese. Now, these I would spend more points on. The Senegalese are basically they're close combat troops, right? But in a 5-man configuration, they're absolutely not effective. So what they can do is they can sit in a transport and keep it alive, but that's very expensive. So for me, I would rather do like full on, go full strength for these, and maybe save like the points from the machine guns, buy extra Senegalese with those. Um, I would at least have 8 to 9 men in Senegalese platoon because they're tough fighters. They want to go there, and they're not a top tier close combat unit, but they are a good close combat unit that can take on many other infantry units. Um, but they need the bodies to do so, and 5 men not enough. Marksman, that is always good. Dervish light anti-tank Portee. Right. So that's an armored car that's soft-skinned but has a light AT gun, platform mounted. Double of those for 65 points. That's pretty good. I like those. The light anti-tank gun is not massively helpful. If you could buy these with autocannons are way better because you're more guaranteed a hit. But you have double of these. That's nice. They don't have Reiki, of course, but hey, can't get it all. 65 points is very cheap. The Free French light howitzer, double of those. Nice. I don't know why you get one for 50. I'm not sure. Something weird is happening here. But take all the howitzers that you can get, basically. Ah, this is why. That's why he's bringing the African troops, the Senegalese troops, right? He'll stick them in brain carriers. For me, not massively helpful. They're just there to keep the brain carrier firing then, and maybe discourage a charge, but they won't do that because they're just regulars. If I had a dedicated charge unit, I would charge them anyway, because 5 regulars, they're dead before they hit me back. Second platoon will be another lieutenant. Again, one of these skirmish units. Again, I think you could save the light machine guns for these. French foreign infantry, stubborn. Yeah. 6-man unit. Good skirmishers. Very hard to get rid of. Can sit on objectives very well. Another marksman sniper. Anti-aircraft truck with a quad HMG. Ooh. It's 100 points, but that's a lot of shots. That's 12 shots with a +1. Ooh. And a 25mm carrier. Again, this has a light AT gun. It's open topped. It's again not worth it, I think, but I think you should go with your Dervish light AT portees. They I think they're better for armored cars. Right. Interesting selection. It's really interesting to see French units popping up now. With the Tough Gut book, I think we'll see a lot more of these free French units. So that's it for the first one. And I can see someone is delivering mail to me now. Maybe a package. Right. Second list for today. I have that somewhere here. Right. So this is a 12 order dice, 919 points, 99 points. It's low on order dice. I'll tell you that much. It's low on order dice. Second lieutenant regular. For Brits, I don't think you're buying a lieutenant that's costing twice as much as an inexperienced dude. You better get something out of him then. Skirmish infantry, these are good. These are just regulars, riflemen, brilliant. Free forward artillery observer with an extra man, yes. SAS. The SAS, they are just very good. They're very, very, very expensive, but they do have the combo that you want, which is Fanatic and Tough Fighter. So they are very, very good. Paratroopers. That's a 6-man unit with SMGs, a good push unit as well. 2 of these. Vengeance for special rule, which means that you can keep them going because you're most likely shedding pins, which is very cool. Boy's anti-tank rifle. Would I take a Piat instead? Depends on what you have further down. You need some ranged AT here. Medium inexperienced mortar, lovely. Sniper team, lovely. Howitzer, yes. Always take one of these if you can. And a Churchill. Ooh, that's a big old tank. That is why the order dice count is so low. The Churchill is not worth it, but it is a very big tank. 10 plus, it's slow. It's only got a medium anti-tank gun, which is one of the main drawbacks for the Churchill here. And at 265 points, not worth it. It will be very, very difficult for the enemy to kill. And it does mean that you have that AT that we talked about. I'm just not sure it's worth it. I think you could do better just cutting that up into a lighter tank and an armored car. Right. Thanks so much for the list, guys, and I hope you got something out of this as well. I really like the push units with the skirmishers in this British list here. It's a good idea, although I'm not a massive fan of the Churchill. I will say, though, I just assembled a Churchill as well, an Avra, and I'm going to have to field it at some point. So, there you go. Right, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.